Today is Thursday, January 20th. It is the third Thursday of the month. So again, I try to do Facebook Lives on the first Thursday and the third Thursday. And then in between, I'm doing all kinds of other things. But I'm always happy to get together with you guys. I have to say, I've been a little neglectful of taking the Facebook Live and actually posting it to my YouTube channel. So I need to spend some time doing that. But yeah, it's been a busy few weeks. Of course, getting January, getting the new year off to a start. This past weekend, as I mentioned, we had a fantastic Creative Memories Advisor retreat. We had about 28 of us, I think, together here in Calgary. And then we had lots more virtual attendees from all across the country. So that was really, really fun. We did lots of great training, had lots of fun times. We did some creative stuff, some creative memories stuff. It was really, really good. And so for the last few days, I've been catching up on some design assignments and catching up on emails. So if you emailed me earlier in the week or over the weekend, I've just been catching up now. And after I finish this today, I'm going to be prepping for something that I'm really excited about. And I mentioned it last time, but on Sunday, which will be January 24th, I believe, it's going to be the first episodes, or the first time that Kylie Kingham, myself, and Lauren Hines get together to share some ideas. We're each going to have a video premiere on our own YouTube channels right at noon Central Time. And we're calling it Scrap With Me ×3. And I forgot to upload my little logo there for you to remember, but I for sure will link to that once it's up. And just so excited to work with these gals. They are just phenomenal designers themselves. I love the fact that there's three of us. We're in different countries. We love CM. We love sharing CM. And we're really excited to share 3 takes on the same collection. So Joe's asking, will these Sunday sessions be recorded? Yes, they are not live sessions. They are actually recorded videos that each of us are posting on our own YouTube channels. So mine will be on the Organized and Creative Mom YouTube channel. Lauren's will be on the Craft Some Joy YouTube channel. And Kylie's will be on the Paper Sweet Pea YouTube channel. So they are not live, they are just recorded. But, you know, we're going to be looking for some suggestions and feedback from you guys. And if you like them, who knows, maybe we will think about doing a live event somewhere down the road. So that will be a lot of fun. So we are going to work today with the Lullaby Lane collection. And I already have it because CM Home Office did send me a couple of pieces, a couple of samples early for a couple of reasons. One, so I could share it with the advisors at the retreat that I was talking about. And that's always a huge perk about being an advisor, going to these retreats and things like that. You get a little bit of an inside scoop sometimes, but also so that I could actually create the project for the Creative Scrapbooker magazine blog that I was up for today. So some of you may have already seen the project that we're going to make, and I'll show it to you just in a second when we flip over the video. I only have the boy collection, the boy papers, and then the variety map pack and the embellishments. But as you might have already seen, of course, there is a girl paper pack, and then what they would call, I guess, like a gender neutral pack, or just a Lullaby Lane pack. And what strikes me about all 3 of them actually is that they can be used for all ages. So I think you're going to see the papers that I'm working with today. Yes, they work beautifully for baby layouts, but they're also going to work for toddler boys, preteen boys, teen boys, men. It's going to be a collection that you can use across all ages. And again, with that sort of gender neutral, that all-inclusive sort of pack, that will be great for all ages as well. Sorry, I'm just going to take a drink of water. Yeah, I'm going to switch you over here, and we're going to talk about the layout that's up on the Creative Scrapbooker blog, and then we're going to make it together, okay? So this is the one that was up on the blog today, and there are written instructions over there as well. And I will provide some links afterwards I'll pop back into the comments and provide some links. But really it was this little mat card that sort of prompted me to think, wouldn't that be cute as a full layout? And I know over the years, and if you search for one piece jammies, that kind of thing, scrapbooks, there's lots of different variations, but I love this one because we are going to do it really easily. We're going to make best use of the paper because, of course, that's one of the things that I always focus on. And even though it's super cute, I think you're going to see that we're going to do it really quickly. So with the matte packs here and with some of these embellishments, you get a sense of the color palette. So I love the fact that there's this dark green added to that kind of pale coral and the dusty blues. And I think that's what really gives it a lot of the ability to be used for both babies and kids and grown-ups. So these cards here would be beautiful on any kind of feminine scrapbook page. And then the one that I just actually had out here, this. So again, that could be a teen page, teen boy, teen girl. It could be an adult page. Just really, really quite versatile. I think the designers have really done a fantastic job. And the other thing that I like is that they've even made the embellishments really multi-purpose too. So again, that's kind of a baby, theme. But on the back of all these circles, there's the numbers. So it might be, something that you use when you're capturing or documenting a baby's first year. It's the 2nd month, the 6th month. But then or it could be 9. But then on the back, there's also other little, icons and things that you can add in. So you don't have to use it, again, for the purpose of documenting, milestones, that kind of thing. You could use any of those in a fun, kids layout. That would be just a really fun, again, perfect for anybody. Okay, so yeah, I really encourage you, even if you're not thinking about doing, baby layouts these days, definitely think about the fact that these can be used for lots of different things. I'm just going to show you the gems. So again, even with the gems, the XOXOs, those could be used for, Valentine's, love, that kind of thing. So really, it's just those 3 little diapers on here. But it gives you a sense that there's so many different things that you could use this collection for. Okay? And there's another one of those little onesies. So I have to say, now that I've said the word onesie, we had a bit of an interesting comment on the Creative Memories advisor page. Last week when this particular collection came out, the Border Maker cartridge that features the little one-piece pajamas was noted down as being a onesie. But somebody had mentioned that the word onesie, the term onesie, is actually trademarked by Gerber. Gerber baby food, baby products. So we're going to call these jammies, okay? We don't want to get into any trouble. I know that it's sort of like Kleenex, right? We use that word to reference all facial tissues, but I guess it is trademarked. So we're going to call this a little one-piece jammies, okay? So I don't want to get anybody into trouble. But I just thought that, again, because I saw the little one-piece jammies on the card, and we've got that Border Maker cartridge coming, I've got that on order, so I can't wait to play with that. And then there's also, of course, a little embellishment. I just thought it'd be fun to really make a full-size page with that one-piece jammy, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and make it, but again, just give you a little bit of a closer look at the patterns in this Lullaby Lane boy. So again, we've got You Are So Loved. That could be for anybody. This is a really pretty pattern. I like the designs on it. Again, a little bit of that peachy coral in there, kind of sun and moon and stars. An overall texture, yeah, it does look like a baby blanket, but a really pretty overall texture. This one and the duckies might be a little bit more specifically to baby, okay? But then on this piece, we have little tiny hearts. So that's really cute. And then all of the back sides are very, again, non-baby. So we've got dots, a plaid, a stripe, a kind of a diamond pattern, a wide stripe, which I love. And then this one is kind of just almost like semicircles or semi-ovals. So again, and I love the green, the blue and the beige and the green together. It's a really sophisticated color palette. So I love that, and I used the green here as the background and as some accents because I did have some green in the photos of baby Sam. So it worked just beautifully. So I'm going to use a couple of the other neutral papers. I think I'm going to use the You Are So Loved for my baby jammies here, and then the flip side is going to be the little trim, and then I think I'll put the whole thing onto this plaid background. Okay, so you might have noticed I've got a little bit of a diagram here, and again, all of these instructions are on the Creative Scrapbooker magazine blog post for today. So I'm going to link to that as well, and then I'll get Jackie to post the link to this video so people can watch both. Okay, so let's get started. We'll leave this just over to the side here so we can see. As I mentioned, pretty straightforward, but we do have a little bit of measuring and marking to do. So you will need a pencil and a ruler. We're going to start with a 9-inch by 10-inch piece of double-sided pattern paper. So you'll want to hang on to this because this is what we're going to punch the little border with. Okay, so we've got 9 inches by 12 inches. We're just going to cut off 1 inch there. Okay, so that is our basis. And now we're going to do some marking. So I just have a regular ruler, and I'm going to mark along the top and along both sides. So this is what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to need to mark the center because that's going to help us a little bit later on when we come to cut out the little V shape or the little neckline shape. Okay, so first of all, we're going to mark at the center, and that is 4.5. Okay, 4.5 is the center. Then we're going to mark in 2 inches from each edge. So 2 inches, and then basically 7 inches. 2 inches in from each edge. And that's going to be the top part of where we cut the shoulder, the where the shoulder would slope down. So this is going to be like the top of the jammies, and this is going to be the shoulder slope. Then we're going to turn it onto its side. We're going to make 2 marks, one at 1.5 inches and one at 3.5 inches. We're going to do that on both sides. Not too bad measurements. These are pretty easy. Okay, and I think you can probably see that we're going to be cutting from the 2-inch mark down to the 1.5-inch mark to make that shoulder. This part will be the opening of the sleeve, and then we're going to cut in 1.5 inches. We're going to mark it first, and then we're going to cut 1.5 inches and 1.5 inches from the side as well. And that's going to basically be the shape of the body of our little jammies. And you don't have to, draw these lines. I'm just basically kind of drawing them out so you can see where we're going to do the cuts. So really, that just kind of looks like a little long-bodied t-shirt. Okay, so mark the center, 2 inches in from each side on the top, and then on the sides, 1.5 and 3.5. And those are just my measurements. Again, you can kind of judge the size that this made, and if you want to make it bigger or smaller, you can kind of experiment with that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut it with the trimmer. You could also just cut it very quickly and easily with scissors. Just mark, or just place that line I drew onto the trimmer. And I'm not going to stop and erase at this point, but obviously you would want to erase the pencil lines. Okay, now when you go to cut down and then over, remember that the white line on the side of the housing, the blade housing, is going to be your friend. So in this case, if you have it marked, you can look at the side of the housing and just be carefully ready to stop when the white line on the housing reaches the pencil mark. Okay, so that's where I've stopped. I might have gone a little bit over because I was moving it around. And then I can finish off and stop again when the white line on this side reaches the line that I've drawn. So again, really easy to use those markings on the blade housing and either, marks that you've made on your paper or on the base of the trimmer to make these kinds of cuts. So again, just lining that up. I'm going to stop right here. So I'm going to look at the side, stop where my white line meets the line that I drew, and then just do the same thing here. Okay, so very quickly able to cut out our little t-shirt sort of shape. And again, you can see that that's where we did our cutting. Okay. So everybody with me? Again, you can look at the blog post that I'll link later for all of the measurements. All right, so now we need to make the cute little leg hole openings and a little neckline. Now you could definitely use, your circle templates or your oval templates, and you could use them that way. But I had the heart template, the small heart from the gemstone collection, out because I wanted to make some heart frames basically. So I thought I might as well use this, and I actually quite like it because it's a very subtle shape. If you went ahead and cut out, like a half circle, it would be very very circular. This is a little bit more of a gentle sort of curve. So really I'm using the side of the heart down here for the leg openings, and I'm using the bottom of the heart for the neckline. And I hope you can see on this particular template, there's a couple of places that I'm using to I'm using as markers, like using to line up things. So you can see this sort of shape that happens on the side here, and it kind of creates a point right there and right there. So this little point that kind of is in this divot. There's also the same kind of point down here. So those kind of points where the egg shape in the middle creates the negative space, that's the shape that I'm using as my guide. And all of these cuts are going to be done with the red blade. Okay, so remember that center mark we used? I'm going to take that point at the very bottom of the heart, and I'm just going to line it up, and then I'm just going to continue down until those 2 points on either side of my little egg shape. So again, right there and right there. That's basically what I was looking for. Just kind of a guideline to tell me when that heart was really nicely centered. I'm going to go ahead and cut around that bottom part with my red blade. I'm just going to lean over. You might see my head here for a second. I just want to make sure that I get the pegs in the track. And then I'm just going to cut that out. Of course, you can freehand cut something like this as well. But I just like the fact, didn't go all the way through, but I just like the fact that I had the heart out, so it made it easy to use that as a template. And it just gives a nice soft sort of look. Okay, so the leg hole openings, I'm going to use again that point and this point. So one point goes on the bottom of the paper, and then this point here, I'm lining up with the side edge. So bottom edge, side edge. And again, just make sure my pegs are in the track. And you just want to hold on because you've only got a small piece of paper that you're working with. But I love that, just again, a really sort of gentle cut. And it really reminded me of the way that the little jammy, one-piece jammy legs are. You know, you can even just imagine the little snaps down there. So we're going to repeat it on the other side. And that is our little one-piece jammies. So you could definitely just use that as is. It's such a cute little shape. I'm just looking for my eraser now because it's going to bother me if I don't erase those little marks. But it's such a cute little shape. And again, it's big enough that you could fit two 4-inch photos on it, right? You don't even have to cut it out of with the heart. You know, you could just place two 4-inch photos on it. But we're going to just take it up the next notch, and we're going to cut out 2 hearts from it. Okay. Now on this one, after I made it, I realized I would have liked to have put it down a little bit more. So this gives me the opportunity to kind of redeem myself here. So again, just centering it, making sure those pegs are in. And you guys know that I love to use up as much of the paper as possible. So when we take that out, we're going to use the flip side of the heart as a base for one of our embellishment clusters. Then we're going to do the same with the next one. So I'm getting 2 on here. If you have some other small photos, you could use, you know, one of the other shapes, like again, like the oval, but the heart is just so cute. Okay. And sorry, I overshot that a little bit because I wasn't paying attention. I always find that when I'm demonstrating this on video, I am less, I do it a little bit too fast. So I've got a little bit of a glitch there, but nobody's going to see that. So again, now I've got 2 hearts that I'm just going to use as the base of my embellishment clusters. And my photos, I don't have an extra photo here, but my photos are just going to slip in behind the little one-piece jammy. And that's how I got those in behind. So I didn't cut my photos out. I cut a piece from the center of the jammy and I slipped my photos behind. Okay, so that's the way that looks. And then just to finish it off, like I said, you could use it that way for sure. Very, very cute. But since we do have this piece, sorry, just getting my border maker here, I'm going to use the mirrored scallop chain border maker cartridge, because this sort of little shape here, it just reminded me so much of, you know how when you get some of the little one-piece jammies or one-piece underwear sets, they have almost like a little crocheted thread on them along the edges, and that's what it reminded me of. So we're just going to cut or punch 1 strip with the mirrored chain. Get rid of that. And we're going to cut it in half so it makes it easier to work with. So a little bit of repositionable adhesive. I pop that on my trimmer. That just helps it stay in place so that I get an even cut. Where's my multi-purpose tool there? And again, with the repositionable adhesive, I can just rub any little extra off the plate of my trimmer. I always keep, you know, a package of wipes in my craft room, but you know, with the repositionable adhesive, I just rub it off with my finger, or some of you might still have these old pickup squares, and those are great for removing adhesive as well. So I see a lot of questions about, you know, how I hate how the repositionable adhesive, you know, sticks to your mat. We can just clean it off, right? The benefits of repositionable adhesive far outweigh the little bit of cleanup that is, you know, a result, in my opinion. Okay, so I just put some more of that fabulous repositionable adhesive on the back, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball this and work it around the edge of the leg holes. And again, you're taking a straight piece of paper and you're curving it. So you are going to have a little bit of bending that's going to happen. So just use your multi-purpose tool, use your fingers, get it where you want, and then just sort of push it down. Again, it's going to look like a little piece of kind of ruffled fabric. Okay, so you're just going to push that all down and then trim off the excess. Flip it over. And then when you complete that on all of the, the leg holes, so we go around there, and then we'd use another piece here on the arms, okay? And then we still have this piece, we can still go all the way around the neckline. So when you do all of that, you get this look, which I think is just adorable. Okay, so it's really, really cute. And let's see what we've got. Kathy's saying, yeah, great idea to use the heart. Yeah, I had it out because I wanted to make the heart-shaped frames, but it works perfectly as the base for, for the embellishments, and then just use those nice curves. It's just so gentle, right? And I guess that's what I'm getting at. If you had used the circle, it would be a lot more symmetrical and it wouldn't look kind of as gentle and cute, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so I had the heart out, used it. I really like the way it looks. And somebody else, sorry, was just saying, oh yeah, there it is. Patrice is saying you could adjust this and make a one-piece bathing suit. Wouldn't that be cute? Just cut this part here. So instead of making it so wide, you can just probably make your base piece maybe about 6 inches. So go with 6 inches by 10 inches. That was the length, or sorry, 11. And then you don't need to add those little side bits. You're just going to cut a little bit off, sort of like that. And then you'd have, yeah, again, a really cute little one-piece bathing suit. That's a great idea, Patrice. Thanks. Awesome. Cyclone May, my good friend May, is saying brilliant. She loves it. Yeah, very cool. I'm loving this layout. Awesome. Great. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. And I really do hope you try something like this because sometimes it's just really fun. Martha Cooper Murray is brilliant at paper cutting and piecing, and it's not something I do a lot of. But as I said, when I saw this cute little one-piece jammy, not a onesie, a one-piece jammy, I thought I really would love to make something like that. So I did have a lot of fun. It's really not difficult. It uses the tools that we already have. And again, I think if you follow those instructions, the measurements that I was saying, you really don't have a lot of waste. So that would be the amount that I'd have left over from my initial cuts, and then those are the pieces I cut off from from the sides and bottom. So I could use those for strips for another layout, but it's not like I've just used a little piece. I've used the majority of that paper because of course these provide the base for my little embellishment clusters. So I love that. I'm always looking for ways to maximize my paper usage. And I think by adding, the little strips there around the edges, it's just really, really sweet. Okay. So don't forget to head over to, and I'll put the link in the bottom there. Don't forget to head over to the Creative Scrapbooker Magazine blog post. You'll probably see it on their Instagram and Facebook, and as well mine in a little while here. But that's where you'll find the measurements and the written instructions. So I just love all of these little, blue and greens together. On the back of them, I won't pull it apart. But on the back, for example, of this little bear, it's the pink and green version. So again, a lot of the embellishments are double-sided. so that you can use them, not all of them obviously, but some of them are double-sided, yeah, so that you can use them on girl layouts or the boy layouts. So have a look at the embellishment pack, you know, when you get it, because a lot of them will be double-sided. Okay, so there's, you know, it's a girl, it's a boy. So I love that. Sweet dreams, sweet dreams. Yeah. But just before we go, there's just a few things that I wanted to remind you of. So I already mentioned that Kylie, Lauren, and I will each be posting our videos on Sunday. So I'll make sure that I post the link to it. We're really excited about that, and we can't wait to hear what you guys think. The other thing is we are on day 4 of my 15 for 15 photo organization challenge. So you probably saw that start up earlier this week. That is over on the linked group from the main page here, the All About Forever with Organized and Creative Mom page. So if you are wondering a little bit about, you know, how do you develop your own sort of photo workflow, it might be worthwhile checking out. Just request to join the group. I'm always checking and adding, and you can go into the guides for the last couple of days and see what we've been up to. You know, tasks like gathering your photos, deleting your photos, editing your photos. And then today we focused on the beginning of getting them uploaded, you know, into a secure storage spot. Okay. Next week, let me put up the calendar here. So yeah, so here we are today on the 20th. Scrap with B ×3 world premiere on Sunday the 24th. That should have been on the 23rd. Yeah, sorry guys, that's on the wrong spot on the calendar. It's actually on the 23rd. I will change that and make sure I repost it. And then on the 25th, I have a VIP class going on. That's going to actually be a welcome home 1, 2, 3, 4-pack. So that's something new that I'm doing for my VIP customers. If you live in Canada and you purchase from my Creative Memories website, I invite you to join my VIP customer group. And you know, we do some extra special things there. I got to keep something for my special customers. So we're going to be making 4 layouts with 1, 2, 3s in the 4-pack class. So that's going to be really fun. And of course, you know, if you live in Canada and you love Creative Memories, you know, if you've been thinking about becoming an advisor, I really invite you to think about joining my Cross Canada Croppers, which is my team of Creative Memories advisors that's all across the country. We span from BC right out to Nova Scotia. Lots and lots of fantastic ladies who are sharing the CM love in their communities. Some of them are personal use consultants. You know, they just want to join for a discount on their own product. Some of them share with family and friends, and some of them are growing, you know, great businesses in their communities. And I did want to just remind you that if you missed out on this fantastic sketch booklet, which was published by Creative Memories. This is not one of my Organized and Creative Moms. This is a Creative Memories sketchbook with, you know, 110 fantastic sketches and ideas. This is something that Creative Memories is giving to all new advisors, along with some other little swag things, you know, like little fun notebooks. And, you know, plus, of course, you get your immediate discount and you get your product credit. So again, it's such a win-win to become a Creative Memories advisor. And I would love to have you on our Cross Canada Croppers team. So definitely think about that. I would love to have a chat with you about that. Okay. So, and then as we get closer to the end of the month, of course, I will be prepping the sketch bundles for my Scrap Your Stash participants. Our next monthly crop is going to be coming up on February 5th. So we'll be getting sketches out and getting ready for that. And of course, the 1, 2, 3 insiders will be able to start working with sketches, you know, probably by the first week, or, you know, 10 days, pretty much is what I try to aim for. So they'll have some new sketches with whatever collection Creative Memories is coming out with on February 1st. They'll have their 1, 2, 3 sketches within about 10 days. So There's always so much going on. I'm so excited for 2022, my own creative memories business, as well as the things that I do here on Organized and Creative Mom. It just makes me so happy every day to be able to scrap and to share and to teach and to, yeah, share the CM love. Okay, I think we've covered everything. Head over to the Creative Scrapbooker magazine blog so that you can see the written instructions. I will put the link below, and definitely give that one a try. It's so cute. Okay, so thanks very much for spending some time with me this afternoon. I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I always enjoy seeing all of your comments and all of your names scroll on by there as I'm working. I feel like I'm scrapping with friends, and I can't wait to see you next time. So the first and third Thursday of each month, I'll be joining you live. So we'll see you again in just a couple of weeks. All right? Okay, take care. Bye-bye, everyone.